We are on Twitch. That's not what I want. That's what my channel. How do I bring it out? I did it last night. What did I do? Pop out chat. Boom. My channel. That chat. Perfect. Oh yeah. Facebook. Should I pop out? No Facebook, there's no pop out. Right, so what do I do with that? Just leave like that, maybe it'll show me. Alright, resize this. Cool. All right, where are we at? That's right. We're not moving. Whoa. All right, so we got a nut press. What happened? Let's use that. That. Left, right, up, birching, sure. Okay. Who the heck is doing this? Maybe this guy. Not a loop. Y offset equals Y offset plus vert change. Wait, well, vert change can only be plus or minus 1, right? Right? Surely. Yes. Vert change. Greater. Never happens. Okay, so that never happens. That's not the problem. What could it be? What could it be? Wait. We have the movement. We're not doing anything with the movement, right? That's the problem is. Oh no! Oh, I wasted so much time. Oh no. I was too tired last night to realize I didn't do anything with the movement, I think. Alright. First, before I do that. Yeah. One. There we go. Okay. So, we're not doing anything with our offset, right? That's the problem. So, what do we do with our offset? We need to say that our offset so the tile and draw. That's where it goes. And what did we do? Is this X offset? Y offset? Plus offset. Watch, it's just gonna magically start moving. Oh, we're. It is. It is magically moving without hands. Look, mono hands. That's not intended, obviously. Okay. No, wait, we can't. Wait, tile. Are we increasing? We need. No, this game needs text. You need these text so I can see numbers. Do we do that? I forget how to do that. I need to. That up. Come on. Come on now. Alright. And now to add new right font. Chest font. And do anything. How am I supposed to? Showing what here? Got some old man size on E16. Alright, so we have a font. Save. Save it. Just that's the Google. How do you draw text with Monogame? I don't want to relearn this again. Manually, I want to just have some tell me. Yeah. Load it. Where's our loader? Okay. Get font count, I guess. Font count. Get font DB, I guess. I don't need it, but load font DB, load fonts. We just have a list of information. We're very boring. Back to you or I. Yep. Pretty sure. That's right. Info. No. You almost got it right, yeah. So close. Because it doesn't cache for it. I didn't want to build a cache, maybe? Or didn't know that I would want a cache. Alright. Font DB. Count. Alright, let's create a structure to hold the font. Well, not the font itself, but rather the font information. Which, in our case, is, for now, just going to be a name. What are you trying to do? Doesn't look right. Expression? No, that's not what I want to do. I want a property. Let's just copy texture DBs, which is pretty much the same thing, just a list of stuff. Font B, that font info. Load fonts. Font. Info. The ID is, yep. So an ID number, which is just going to be an integer that's going to represent which font we want, because it's faster to pass around integers than it is to pass around strings, and we want this thing to be fast because we're going to be trying to get as many frames per second as possible. So passing around pointers to strings and then having it have to go, then jump to a different place in memory to look for the value of the string is unnecessary. Just pass integers does the same thing. So all we need to do is identify, so we don't need to identify by the name when we're looping in our engine. But we can because that information's there. What is this and why is this? No. Where that came from. C#7 namespace convention. Smooth beat I couldn't figure out last night because I was too tired. Where are we at? Dot. This is going to be like that. And then index. It's already coded. Did we finish this? Load fonts. Okay, what is the font? I created test font. Test. And then perfect. I wonder if I name and I actually I'm just thinking here because right now I'm storing all the I'm storing my font info, what I'm calling my font info, what I'm calling my texture info, I think the same, basically, essentially the same class. It's just a property bag of ID and name. And all these assets are basically just going to have that situation, whether they're fonts, whether they're shaders, whether they're textures. From a standpoint of identifying them, it's just going to be a name that identifies them from, well, if we have all of our game content in one file, then it will also identify by the name. Otherwise, we might need to identify separate files as well, but we'll add that later. For now, we just identify by the name, and then afterwards, we just identify by the ID because we assign an ID, and then. But yeah, so they all have a name and then they get translated to an ID that I use because I don't use the name anymore. But no matter whether it's a font or a texture or a shader or whatever else you can store in this thing, fact is a shader localization. Oh, I guess I have two different. Interesting. I don't know if I'm gonna do the localization like this. Maybe it will. Do localization differently. Whatever the heck XML content is, I don't know what that is, but so it's basically just shaders, fonts, and sprites. We are gonna have more information, but for now, let's call this content info. Content info. And then we'll come over here. Info. We don't need. Wait, how'd that make? You need to be. What's unique on there? Where's your other info? Where are you living? Yeah, you're there. You're there too. Namespaces. What is it? It already fixed it. Looking better. They think they fixed it with the copy. No, they didn't fix that one. Alright. Are you broken? Nope. Okay. So we need to get rid of texture info and then have both of them use content info. Just find everywhere broken. Why is it? I might have to address that later. I'm just noticing that it's like kind of rippling down. It's kind of shimmy, shake down the thing. So, okay, font. All right. So where were we at? We were trying to add fonts. All right, so we got what our font being chosen. Where's our game engine? Let's close all you guys. Clean our workspace up a little bit. All right. So I need to draw a font. Do I have it loaded? World. Surely this thing has to be one. No, the game is. How did I work? I don't remember how I made this work. Draw method. Oh, right. I just get the list of them. Okay. And I need a font cache. Font cache. Hmm? Can't be read-only, obviously, because we gotta modify it. Well, it should be read-only in a normal class, but in Unity, a lot of times you initialize things not in the constructors, which is what we're doing. So let's clean this up a little bit now. It's getting too busy in this method. So let's say load fonts. Textures. Alright. Alright, so we have them cached now. Alright, so how to draw a string. The engine's gonna have to have strings that it wants on the screen under certain fonts. I guess it's just gonna be just like, oh, so we've done from the engine, and we're gonna need a draw. Should we have one method? Is there a reason to have more than one draw method? I don't think there is. Alright, so let's have a let's rename this. What is this? This is the game draw method, and it's now going to instead take game draw info. Where are we at? We're in core. Game draw info. Fine. Actually, no, you need data. Sprite draw info. What's this? Should be there too. Should be there too. You game draw what do I have my clipboard? Yes, okay. Struct and we have so we have a buffer of all the sprites we want to draw every frame. And then we have a count because we're not going to reduce that buffer size. We may reduce the sprite count, so we're just going to have a count so that we could have a bigger buffer than we're actually going to draw. But we're only going to draw up to the count. Specify. So we have a sprite. Are they doing that on purpose to me? do. What's going on here? Do not do that, or I will unload. All right. Now, right. Count. An ID and a position. Might actually be the right thing to draw info. Game draw info and game item game visual. Info? Everything's in info? I don't know. I hate naming things. Okay, so then we have a font info buffer and a font count. Or not font. It's like a text. Words on the page thing. Gonna be text info buffer, text count. This just be called an ID. Right. Draw sprite method has been changed. Where's my draw sprite method? Oh, it's saying I can't call it like this, right? I need to have a new game draw info. Really, we could probably at some point just alert it of our buffers one time and then just pass counts around. We don't need to keep passing hundreds of buffers, even though yeah, I was gonna do Unity, but I was having so much problems with just how long it took me to hit save in Visual Studio, and then waiting for Unity to do its background compiling that it has to do every time, and then sometimes it would just like lock up, and I'd just be sitting there waiting too much time, and I really wasn't getting anything out of the engine with what little I had done and tested for the 2D stuff. Because I mean, the only thing cool that I can see that I'm going to have to work for probably is the shader stuff, but maybe lighting, because you get that for free out of an engine. But I've never done that manually in Monogame. But other than that, I mean, I get isometric for free in that too, but I bet you I can figure that out today. So, no, I have not tried Godot. I'm a professional developer, so I'm not interested in their proprietary language. That kind of grosses me out. I know it's like Python-y, and if we're gonna do a proprietary language, I don't think Python would be the one that because then we're also a scripting language and it's not compiled. It doesn't interest me to like have something that like oh yeah. Oh, do you? See, yeah, okay, I saw that they had that, and I was worried that since it wasn't their primary, because it feels like their own proprietary language is their primary focus, I was worried that I would get stuck in a situation where the documentation wouldn't really score up very, like you would not have very many YouTube videos on the C# version of it, or you might not have, very good documentation on the C# side of it. So I was worried about that. But yeah, maybe I should give it a try sometime. Because it does look like it got some of the stuff right that Unity is screwing up, and it looks like you can't even really build 2D games very easily at all in Unreal anymore, apparently. So cool. Yeah, maybe I will check it out sometime. But like with what I'm doing, I don't really need an engine. Because I mean, and that's not evident necessarily from anything you can see so far. But what I'm gonna do, there's not gonna be any dragging and dropping of anything, of any characters onto any editor for me, because it's all gonna be completely procedurally generated world. Procedurally generated. The only thing that's not procedurally generated probably is the sprites themselves. But so I get very little out of an engine other than lighting and stuff like that, which is just because I don't know how to do that yet, and also particle effects and stuff. So, but also the way I'm writing this, I'm going to write it modularly so I can change my mind and go back to Unity if I want to. But for now, I'm just do this because I've had success from getting some very quick demos and stuff pumped out through Monogame because it's very simple. Okay. Buffer info. We don't have this yet. We need this. This is probably overkill because I don't think I'm gonna have a ton of. I don't know if this is necessarily I'm gonna do the text, but let's just pretend like we're gonna have a bunch of strings all over. Well, actually, you will have a bunch of strings all over the screen because at some point we're gonna have text over people's heads as we're walking through the world. You'll have the nameplate shown up. There we go. Way to see. Text count. Go through all the tiles, translate them to screen coordinates. Set the buffer equal to that. Second. It's load sprite buffer. I hate naming things. Fill sprite buffer. And then we're going to have an equivalent. Text count. Text buffer. In England? No, I'm in California. I'm a Texan who is newly transplanted into California. I'm in like Central California, basically. Oh, it doesn't know what this is yet. It's an integer. And then that just gonna be basically pretty close to the same. Alright. Not a tile. Let's say font. Okay. This, I need to change this. Is this a layer count? That's a layer count. I'm getting confused. Sometimes simple just count words are not enough. Alright, so that's my layer count. So this is also good. Layer count, and yeah, we can have text on different layers. Okay, so this is supposed to be drawing across all the different tiles, and that's not what we're going to do. So we need to go for all the layers and just say this could even exist yet, so well, wait. LDB layer. So we're gonna need a text layer, I guess. What does the font layer look like? Tile layer chunk. So ultimately has integer data. So we have different data type, but oh, I don't know how to handle this. Fonts are going to live in a virtual space where, or not fonts, tiles are going to live in a virtual space where they exist even when we're not drawing them. They're going to live in a space off a screen. Well, so will like the, I don't know, it's a little bit weird. This fonts are like, or the tiles are static, and the text is going to be like a lot of times moving around people's top of people's heads. Yes. I don't know if it's the best way to implement this. I think I'm engineering something that doesn't need to exist. But, well, we do need to ask it to draw text every frame, though. So that is something that needs to exist. Fill the buffer. We broke this a while ago. Draw method. Shouldn't be called, should be called our draw method. Draw method. And then what do you want? What do you want from me? You want game draw? That logically. You're done. Text buffer. You're not done. For now, actually, let's just hack this. We have. How did I get? Oh, right here. If the count's less than the count, just increase. Okay, so we use this mechanism right here. My copy gets already good. Just need to delete that stuff. That can come. We want to deal with layers. But who's? No, it's me going across the layers. I don't even need to do the layers right now. Do I? I just. I'm confusing myself on design. So fonts are loaded into the cache against an ID number. The font names and IDs are provided by the engine through this right here. So all right. So the font D has the info of the name. Okay. So we loaded a test font. Privately adding fonts to our list of fonts, which is just info about the fonts we have. Okay. That's okay. Our font DB is a list of IDs and names. The IDs were given to it by the DB. Alright, so if we know that we have a font DB with one ID in it and one, we don't work with the name. We have one ID in it. So we just need to we're just trying to hack this thing in. We just want to see text on the screen. So this is a text info buffer, which we're going to increase it by 1 every time we come in here and just do this hack. What's this string? So the idea of the text is, or the font is a 0. It does only have one font. Let's drop the top left of the screen. I'm just going to continue. In the real version of this code, there'll be in the loop and then be continue. Alright. So this is a hack. And then. Okay, well, we set the text, but that's not enough information. We set the font. We're going to have actual text and things. So this can't be just a game visual. This has to be. Alright. That was a nice idea. Font visual. No. Right. Visual. Sprite visual, and then this one needs to be called a text visual. I guess not. No, it's not happy. No, not because it didn't exist. Basically going to be a sprite visual. font ID, a position, and text. Then the AI knew. It knows. Hello world. Okay. So let's see. What are we gonna do now? We have text in our buffer. I think we can maybe get close to start drawing. We load the texture. Are we drawing it yet? So the engine draws. And how does it? I'm trying to remind myself how the engine is drawing. Oh, it gets a yes. The engine has a delegate that takes draw info. And I'm doing it with this because I could keep changing my parameters that I'm passing in, since rather than keep changing them, I'm just going to put them to a struct. And then I can change them to my level of heart's desire. I don't have to worry about it. Because I don't have to change the signature of this method every time. This should be called game method. I don't know. This was just fixing old code to make it work again. Whoa. Alright, try that. Right visual. Oh, sprites. Good. Probably. Let's do that. Right. Right. Visuals. Visuals. Those aren't sprites. And then count. Visuals. Just say count. Okay. Now we can do draw text. Game number go. Text on the buffer. Text count. So now the engine can keep adding more things to there, and I don't have to keep changing the signature. I just gotta keep adding more things to draw, and if I don't add things to draw, it won't break it. It's fine. I keep adding things into that, but I don't think there's a whole lot more things to draw. But anyway, okay, so we need to loop through some stringage under the screen. 4 bar 5 0 plus texture cache. Yeah, it's the texture. Where's my cache? That's a position, but it also has there position. Oh, it has a color too. Not sure right now if I'm going to store the color against fonts, or if I'm going to, you know, like have a different font for every color, or if I'm going to have one font and just change the colors. I think it might be a performance. Well, you know, you tell it what font you draw, what color you draw every time. Bet you it doesn't matter. Probably do one font, multiple colors. Okay, and then I caps lock off. Don't have font cache, but it does not exist in the current context. Text cache. I renamed it. Nice. Sprite visual texture. Right, so I now have Alright, so we set up the text that we want to draw. Hello world. We say we want to draw what I think we maybe drawing it? Let's see. Hey, we are drawing it. Amazing. Alright, so now we gotta be able to change that. So now we have to be able to say the text is not hello world. When does this get called? Every time we're drawing it, we're gonna call this. Alright, so this needs to be my brain's still in Ruby mode from my work. It's not Ruby, it's C#. Okay. Yeah, that's what I thought. Why are you moving? press up and down, it's a short circuit. You can't do anything vertically. Is that true? If it's not a short circuit, do something. But if it is a short circuit, what happens? Then vertical change is 0. Y offset equals Y offset plus 0. Okay, so you don't have a short because you did either up or down. You're in this scenario. If you pressed up, if the current Y offset is greater than 0, meaning you can't be negative, you can't be on 0, and then subtract. The vertical change is -1. Otherwise, so if we can go infinitely down, which is not true necessarily, but for now it's true. Alright, it is actually good. Alright. It's not short. Oh. I'm dumb. I mean, where did the AI come up with this? My offset is less than world height. What is my world height? Yeah, it's just opposite tile count. World height times tile size, yeah. Minus 600. Where do you get 600 from? Like 800 by 600? That's what it is. 800 width by 600. It's just doing the old school monitor resolution. Okay, no, that's not what we want. If approach change, if it's down, yeah, otherwise no change. Cool. This will be done here. X offset. And hey, look, our world doesn't just move. Magic. Okay. Can we move our world? That's what we want to do. Do we not code left and right? What is going on? X offset is greater than 0. Yeah. No. says it's drawing it. Alright, so the boundary logic is working, but it's not drawing it. So if it's putting it to the screen, right, it's putting it to the screen, then it is setting it properly. Okay, so it's setting the value properly. We're just not actually moving to the proper space. So why would that be? Where are our offsets represented? Well, I guess we told it to draw the sprites, right? Probably with the offsets. No, we didn't. We almost did. We almost did. There we go. And interesting. Yeah. Feels so awkward. Like, I feel like I'm in England or something, driving on the wrong, on the left-hand side of the road. It feels so wrong. To have, like, infinity go left, and infinity go, like, this way, and then just, alright. Alright, so our speed, what is how much we move how much this vertical changes. Can we have, alright, so we need an offset, but why don't we make our offset I don't know if this is a good idea or not, but we're going to see if I can do this to get smooth movement. So, we now have an offset of a float. But before, actually, usually we need to get back to notes, we always need round back. But, when we're adding it, changes times speed. Or no, we don't need to do that there. We can just do that. I'll deal with there's a scaling issue with moving in a diagonal. I'm going to deal with it right now. That equals speed. Oh, this is an history. That's right. This thing should be. This. Workish. Yeah. go. Alright, so and then I could even. I'm gonna do like a one very fine grained speed. I think that works. And then if I said page up and down are going to be buttons. All right, so we're going to add. I want to add something so that I can change my speed. This is just for testing purposes only. So I'm going to add something so that I can change the speed of how fast we're moving. Is debug speed up press. Keys. Down, press. So now the engine will know when the page up and down are pressed, and when they are pressed, we will increase or decrease the speed. So if input state dot speed up is pressed, and move speed equals move speed. That sounds way too fast. That's way too fast. This is per frame per second. Let's if I would even pull out my ramp. No, bro. That's just a random number I made up. If debug speed up, right? Oh, speed up, slow down. It's no. Increase. I can get one back. Is debug decrease speed press. Alright. What happens now? There's some movement, and then if I increase the speed, well now I need two fonts. Obviously. It's such a hack. Okay, I need to quit hacking this. Not sure if this is what I want to do in the end, but that's what we do for now. Right now, let's see. Can we add? Oh wait, did I finish that actually? I think that actually does work. Okay, so texture count. Oh, it returns it. We don't need to return it for now. We either need to return it or either do a regular input or do this ref. We're doing a ref for now. So we won't return it because it achieves the same thing. And then the second thing we want is how many, or no, our speed. Current move speed. I forget how to format floats in C#. Yeah, that's what I want. 2-string. How do you do it instead of interpolate a string? F2. So do I do like that? No, like that? Yeah, I think that's perfect. Font cache. Okay, hold on. That wasn't the problem, was it? Draw text. This is in our game. The problem is we told it to draw more text than we had. I think I probably told it a different font ID. No, same font ID. Just a step through it. It'll eventually make sense. Does that break it? No. That's in the buffer. Same ID, same position. Same ID, different text, same position, but it doesn't matter. Okay, that's what we expect. So that part's right. You gotta buffer it. What's our count? Okay. How do we express? Where is this? It's the draw method, which is right here. Which is filling the buffers and then calling their draw method with the texture count that is returned from pill text buffer. Does that return the wrong thing? Oh, no, no, no. Text count for... Yeah, no. This is the problem right here. This eye represents the text that we are drawing. We have more than one text we might be drawing on the scene at one time, but within the visual, we have an ID number. It knows now. You know the error of your ways. What did I just break? Oh, it's back to it. Needs to be a new. It probably was that. I just broke it. X position Y. Except we can be drawing on top of each other now because they're at the same position. So we need them to be like. I don't know how to properly do this, but for now, something like that. How do we go white all of a sudden? Slow it down to a crawl. Speed it up. Run! That's boring. The infinity direction I go into is more the. Alright, I think we have to figure those out here. What do you think? This. My brain can't. It's like movement is like backwards. Actually, does this make sense? We have a player. He's gonna be like on the screen. So I'd sit down. Yeah, these controls are. The controls are gonna be changed too. Because I sit down here, and down in this coordinate system means top. Means up and to the right, and up means down to the right or left. Left means down to the right, and the right means up and to the left. So we're gonna have to do like a rotation of, because I need down to actually mean down. Because this is eventually going to translate into a character being on the screen, not just moving the tiles. Anyway. Okay, so I have... Let me think about this. It's a good time for a 5-minute break. Um. Alright. What do we want to do now? We need like... Is it be an image? Agenda. What's it already is? Agenda. You could fix that OBS where it opens up not some weird maximized mode across multiple screens. Would be nice. Be pretty sweet. Oh, look, we can do it from a file. We do it from the Markdown file. Just understand Markdown. That'd be super sweet. Let's just do start at documents. Notes. Game dev. This is ISO math. Dev project. Oh, it is. Auction. What if I do this? No. Alright, what's our agenda? Anyway, our agenda needs to be system. Multiple Looks like I spelled it wrong for some reason in my brain. But, okay. Why did we end up black? Or white? You guys can go away. I guess eventually that'll have to be part of the information too. So what colors do we use? All right. So we need to try to flip the coordinate system. There it is. Okay. What if I change this to +1 and -1? Alright, so this thing is. Alright, so that is up now. So that was up. So I think you need the opposite of that. I wonder. So this is. Let's just try. Let's try this. Let's try moving. X to this. Y to this. Y. X to this. There, no. I messed this up in my head. Okay. It's the easiest way to rotate this quickly. I need to keep rotating this. It should be an array, really. Whatever. Okay. So we're going to say I x equals A. B X E J Y C. This is just temporary. I'm just trying to make a quick way for me to rotate these values and see what happens. Okay. So now that we have either also revise that method, you don't. Oh, I'm sorry. I hadn't looked at for a second. Yeah, so I'm not quite sure what it tells exactly. What I'm trying to do. Actually, I guess I haven't flipped anything yet. I don't completely understand the math of all this. using other people's math. But right now, I can't even get it there because my brain can't operate backwards like this. Okay. Right now, this is essentially... This is 0, 0. What I want... This is a 0, 0 tile. So this is like x0, y0. x1, y0. So this is y going positive, x going positive. I want x0 to be down here, basically. And then for like... to be growing in, you know, more in these kind of directions. Because my brain can't, basically, my brain can't wrap my head around this being negative infinity, because it's just opposite of what our typical coordinate system when we use graphs are. So it's messing with my head. So I'm trying to flip this, and I don't completely understand what I'm doing because I got all this math from someone else. But what my process right now is just going to be seeing if I can rotate these matrices, coefficients or whatever you call them, and see if I can get what I want just by rotating. Ah, that's not what I wanted. Interesting, but not what I wanted. Because I suspect there's a simple thing like this that I can do to fix it. I don't know what the simple thing is. I'm a smart kid. Are you trying to show me? Are you trying to show me something that's useful? It's labeled a shit video. But I see C#. Or no, not C#, it's C++, but I see it's programming. It's Visual Studio, so maybe you were trying to do something else? I don't know. Okay, so we just changed it. What happened here? Alright, so that's down, and that's up. Okay, so instead of now up being... Normally I pressed up and then this whole thing would go this way, down. And if I press down, this whole thing would go up, this way. So now I'm pressing up. So instead of going this way, up is going this way now. So we've changed it 90 degrees by rotating it twice. And I'm sure if I rotate it one more time, it's just going to break it again. But we're going to do it anyway because it looked neat. So let's see what it looked like. This version looks like. I'm sure it's going to be messed up. Yep. Like, is this like the wrong... to like... wait. Because this could be... I can't 100% tell. But also I might need to change draw order too. To get this right. Alright. Let's see. I guess that's... I want to go up. I need... Let's try the one with the A down there. C here, C here, D here. It's down, up. What if... I flip the sign of these. I wish I could see what it looked like. It didn't look right then. But like, seriously, feeling like maybe that has potential. Maybe I should just search for this. Maybe that's the right answer. Or how do we describe this to an AI system, what we're doing? First off, let's change this to X or I. Y. J, X. Y. Let's hurry this. We actually, in fact, these should be in here anyway. Copying this code and I mimicked it. It should always have been here anyway. Why are you complaining? X? Because it's not been ever used. Let me fix that. All right, Chat GPT. Great. Okay. I have the following function. The problem is that the 0, 0 position is in the top left of the screen, and Y that's the right way to say it. And as Y grows, the tiles are drawn left. I would like to fit flip. Okay, so as Y grows, the tiles are drawn up and right. Did I even tell it was isometric? I forgot to tell it was isometric. I wonder if it'll figure it out. Look at you rewriting my function for me, bro. You can change the function to flip the output of the y-axis by multiplying y by -1. Additionally, you can change the direction of the tiles are drawn by swapping the values. Oh, did I just not do a good swap? Oh yeah, save me. No. Well, but it's... Maybe it's right, but it's like... Can I fix that without overflowing? I need to be able to go -x. Well, in the camera of the game. This is what stops me. Right? Blow up the world. Can I... Actually, that's still wrong. Because this is still on the... It's like it got the Y right, but it got the X wrong now. Right? No, well... No, actually, maybe this would be able to work. But I think this is... Yeah, this is Y. So it means that this is X. It means X is growing... Yeah, X is growing wrong. X is growing reverse. That's not what we want. Okay. I did mention that about multiplying. So before I just dump this iteration out, what if we multiply those times -1? What's it? Change that. That's down, that's up, that's right, that's the left. So left is now what was down. Okay. That's not what I want. Alright, so isometric. 0, 0, left. I don't want a video lesson. There are 8 different notations. Vector WB, a vector representation of the point. Unknown coordinate system. This vector represents some of the Oh, you know what I should do? I can figure this out. Oh, that's right. Come on. Okay, so... Just copy this dude. I don't know. You're a 32 pixel dude. Let's put you like right here. This should be 32 pixels wide by 32 pixels wide. Yes. Now if I paste another one of these guys, we'll just have to be done to them. Alright, well, he has to move over. He has to move over 16 pixels. And he has to go down. So if he went down, it's a he, I guess. Did anyone know that isometric cubes are male? He, the isometric green cube, he male to male isometric ink, he was gonna had to go over 16 pixels, and then he had to go down. I mean, this is, so if I know that this is 32, then I know this is 16. So if that's 16, and he didn't even go down a full 16, he went down 8. So he went over. I think I need to redraw this guy, yeah, because this shouldn't have. What is the right pixel? That didn't tile very good. I think actually the answer is this. These tiles. Ooh, did I just do that? I don't know. It's not trying. It's back on. I think the problem is that these tiles should not have this border line. Anyway. Okay. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yepers. Okay. So, yeah. Screw all this matrix stuff. We're writing our own formula. Because we can understand this. And that's what matters. Pegs. Isometric formula. Here we go. We have given an X position, a tile X position. So this is an index. Given an X index, X IDX, and a Y IDX. And these X IDX is the tile X index. Y X is the tile Y index. And then, okay, so we're going to have, given whatever index that they have, plus also, we'll do layers in a minute. We'll figure out layers in a minute. I won't be able to get this. And then also, what else I got? There's like X and Y offset and stuff too. Let's just get the most simplest. Okay. So it needs to say, all right. Where our sprites are going to look just like this selection. Therefore, shit. Okay. The 0 of this in its coordinate system is right here. So we have to reference everything off of that 0. So weird. What are we listening to? I wish I could listen to my music. No, stupid free crap. All right. So this. A 0, a 0. Can't point to that. Can't even see it. All right. Oh, I should have. It's almost like that is 0, 0. Remind ourselves of that. Alright. So if this is 0, 0, and this is our, let's just pretend this is, we're drawing tile 0. So if we're drawing tile 0, and this is, we're drawing tile 0, and this is X0 right here. And I guess let's pretend that this is the bottom of the screen. Well, technically, we would never want to do that because we'd be having missing pixels there. You'd never want to. I guess you need to have water at tile 0, but let's pretend that we are allowing this. Alright. So tile. Whatever. Alright, so we have a height. Oh god, I have to know the height, don't I? Alright, so I'm gonna have to say I need to prove that I can draw gotta do this outside of the tile system, I think, because I won't be able to do it very easily otherwise. No, I can. I just need to, like... Who's using this when you stop using this? For all the tile IDs... Hack this for now, and let's just say the sprite input buffer dot count is less than 1. Sprite input buffer add a new draw info. ID is equal to 0, position is equal to 2. That, what's going on? Game dropper is not connected to ID. Visual. Positin. So this is going to be like the X, I think, is going to be 0, but the Y is going to be like the Y of like top left of our screen is Y0, X0 for the mono game. But we want to change the coordinate system so it's bottom left of our screen. It's X or Y0. So we need to take the height of the visible area or whatever that is. And so essentially the Y would be like Well, if it was not an I mean, it's even more messed up because it's isometric. If this thing wasn't isometric and it was just a pure 32 by 32 cube, and we're drawing the bottom left, it would be 0 is here at the top left in our virtual screen here. Then the height of our square would be the height of the visible screen minus the height of the cube, which was 32 pixels. But is that what we want to do here? Because do we want to line up this pixel or this pixel with the corner? I mean, I think maybe we would just do this thing because maybe we can't. If we try and do it off this, maybe we just get ourselves all confused. Maybe we just do it off of the top left of the tile itself, even though it's an invisible pixel. And do it all like that. As long as you're uniform, it should make sense, I think. All right. So our desired position is going to be screen or. I don't know what to call it. View height? View height minus view height minus tile height, I guess. And then I don't care right now. It's a hack anyway. Okay. Yeah, view height, that's a different story. Let's just hack it all. So, where are our numbers? I think it's more than likely something to the effect of 180 minus 32. Game engine, so 180. Let's just try to see what happens. Nope. What did I do wrong? I wouldn't break these. Oh, that's right. They're all jacked. Well, let's not worry about that right now. I'm gonna delete that. Right. Oh, no. No, we're not. Okay, so hold on. X equals let's make sure. I think it's it's not still trying to convert it to isometric, is it? Let's follow this. Ugh. Oh, I don't want to sit here and just do math all day. I don't understand. I think I need to find someone that understands this and copy them. Anyway, I should be able to draw. We're gonna move very slowly. 2 pixels. These are pixels, right? Not tile count indexes. Alright, I can't draw something at 0, 0. Is that real? No way. Oh, we gotta return. No? Yeah, we gotta return a sprite count of more than 1. You won't break again. No, actually, you will break again because that's not how the other one works. Sprite count. Let's go. Let's hack. Alright, so let's prove that's on the screen first, which it should be. That's on the screen. Now, I suspect that I can do something along the lines of 180 minus 32-ish. And it will still be on the screen at the very bottom. No. It's much bigger than that. That was half. Right? That was like half. So it's almost like it's 360. But that's gonna be too much, surely. Or that's not gonna be math, but that'll be still too good. No. Okay. I'm gonna do some trial and error learning. We're gonna like stumble our way. We're gonna stumble our way into this algorithm. Oh, I think is it arbitrarily the right pixel position? 373. Okay, what if I do? Well, 374. No, 375 or 2. 372 should be 1 pixel up, and then there's such things like a half. No, because I actually these are integers. I don't understand. 373. Okay, so what if I go across and do 2 of these? So what if I add another one? Add sprite. The ID of the sprite. Desired position. Yeah, what did I copy? All right, so now, all right, we can do this. We can do this. So we need to take that out. Sprite count. And we need a Ooh, that's not. Position. What is the eye? The eye is the ID of the sprite. And Surite. That's a Surite. And we also need to check whether or not the count. I guess. I hate doing refs. This is probably just a hack anyway that's temporary, so whatever. And then sprite count. Yeah, sprite count. And then if no. If ID position and then that works. And then let's come over here. A new sprite, 2 different position. So if I do one there, I don't remember where I was. Let's just draw 2 on top of each other. Make sure to blow up. Okay. So if I go across by X by 32 pixels, I should see one is exactly pixel perfect. Okay. So it's moving by pixels. Good. Fine. Whatever. Okay, so if I want that thing to be x2, what did I say it was? I said it moved over by 16 and moved down by 8. So you should move over by and add 8 to it. Perfect. And then okay. No, let's just every time we move over. It's x times 16. And then it is So it is. Wait. This is 373, which is some height minus 32. Right. So some h minus 32 equals 373. I'll have to figure what that is. Well, we can figure out what that is. We add 373. We get 4 or 5. I don't understand it. But that's what we get. 4 or 5 bar. So net y, the additional y offset is equal to height minus and then so that would be initial y offset plus y times 8. I think this is the formula. And then, so if I just looped out of this, for var I 0 I slash loop 20, early. J is less than 20. Okay. Something's going on here. Whatever. No, it's just lag. Okay, and then I should be able to do this. And then we'll just swap out X for I, Y for J. And I think this should draw what I want. Yeah, totally what I wanted. Exactly what I wanted. Thank you so much. Thank you so very much. Oh, I couldn't have asked for more. Oh, wait. Okay, we're drawing. What are we doing? What are we doing? That's not what I wanted to do for sure, but I still think we're going to be fixed. We have initial x of 0. Yes. And then for every let's just call this x. Alright, and these are tile indexes. Alright, so if a tile index of x is 0, and 0. Okay. Init y, init y is 405 minus 32, which is 373. 373 plus y 0, so it should be 370. Which I mean, I'm sure that first one's probably right. It's everyone else that's wrong. I'm sure that's right. Incorrect. But then I get. Actually, let's not. Let's not loop over y because we didn't prove that we got that right. I don't think. We're just messing with x. Let's see if we got x right. We might have gotten x right. And y will just have to be 0 for now. All right. So we have to keep. Yeah, I can't do that. So that means that even as x goes across, even if the y value stays the same, the x. How far the x across determines how much. It used to be that. It almost is like it's like the x. So weird. And I think it actually is that. It's like. Okay. Wrap your brain around this. You can do this. All right. All right. Let's draw. If we coordinate system all right, here's our coordinate system. All right, so we have these are 32 pixels tall. We have a height h. All right. So with height h, you would do this like this. Horrible. In fact, we don't even need to. All right. Every time you have let me put here, hold on. Let's add a new layer. I put you on this layer. Cool. One. I think that's actually it. Okay. So... So he has to go every time he goes over X by 1x. He has to shift over by 16 pixels. Initial X. Very X, we shift over X by 16 pixels. True. Don't even need this page anymore. And then for every X, we also have to shift in the Y direction by -8. So for every Y is initial Y. For every X positive, we shift down 8, which is a positive Y because Y starts at 0 and grows positive in that coordinate system. So we need to increase Y by 8x so that in our brains it goes down Y by negative Y, which is really positive Y. But then, okay, we got that right. But now we got to get it. Now what happens to this dude? So let's say he is... we're going to have to draw this differently, are we? I don't want to draw on top. We're not stacking in a vertical sense yet. We're not doing that. We are doing... So I need to just... do a new layer, I guess. And you draw under.
Wait.
Please. I hate drag dropping this program. It's like so janky. It should not be that hard. So annoying. Okay. Whatever. If I select actually that layer is poisoned by the grid now. Shoot back to my other. Let's just do it. Okay, so we need to be able to just do this scenario. 2 pixels. 2 pixels. That's how it should line up. Okay. Alright. What did we do here? Let's pretend this was x0. Or no? No. We're pretending this is x0. Because we're gonna... This is x going positive. This is y going positive. Okay? So, if we are at x0 but y positive, what did we do? We didn't move in the x at all. But we did. In the screen, we did. So, for that, we moved in the x direction by 16. So if you go up, okay, for every tile index plus, for every tile index y, mean, I think it's everyone, right? Because what is this? Y is less than 20. Y is plus plus. Y is plus plus. Yes, whatever the heck that means. Y is plus plus. Plus plus Y. Alright, times 16. Right? I think. And then we're going to prove this to ourselves because like this, and then just cut you then maybe. Alright, so if wait, no, isn't that 8? It's over 16. Oh, it is over 16. That's right. Which we're doing. It's over 16, and it's. Let's draw it. It was not gonna be right because the Y component's not right. Can we? If we do this. Right? Y is 0. Yes, okay. So there's probably like a similar X thing going on in the Y. Whenever, shoot, let's go back to the single dude. All right. I figured out what happens to the Y when you go positive in the X. I figured out what happens to the X when you go positive in the Y. I need to figure out what happens to the Y when you there is a Y component in the X. There's going to be an X component. There already is an X component. Oh, there's going to be a Y component in the Y. There's no Y component in the Y. Whenever you move to a new Y, oh, it's like the, oh God, it's the inverse. How do I do that? If I how do I do this? Because here's the Y's are a messed up direction. Because yeah, I fixed so when I go positive in the X, it moves the Y a little bit. But also when I go Y in the actual Y direction in the world, in the screen, the Y has to move too, obviously. But it moves, so if I move positive Y, so if I move like one tile up in Y, we have to move down. Yes, okay, no, we can do this, For every one tile, so it moved up in a Y. that one moved up in Y by 1, which means it needs to move down in Y, because the screen coordinate Y is 0 in the top left. So it needs to move down in Y. Right, up in Y, it needs to move down in Y by how much? By A. Minus A times Y. Oh, I'm so close. Dang it. I made a wall. I'm not making walls. I'm not making a wall. Not yet. Not yet. A little too early for walls. What did we do? I bet you, I mean, to be honest, I probably could do something silly like just mess with it until I get it right. I could just, I probably don't even need to think. It's probably something silly like that. I don't think it's like, I think I don't have to think. Oh, it's more walls. I wonder if I should write this down, because this essentially looks like exactly what it should look like if I needed a wall. So this is essentially the equation. This is what you do when you go up in height, in elevation of the tile. You draw like this, a layer on top of it. So this is the act that this is the same thing I need to do later, not now. Right now, I need to go this way, that way, or I can't that way. Yeah, opposite of what I want to do. I'm trying to like switch my brain for the camera. I want to go that way, but instead it's like going that way. So what we'll do is we will snapshot this, because we'll probably need this in a minute when we're trying to figure out. I do want to figure out elevation as well, but we're not doing elevation yet. So we'll remember what that looked like. Or actually, why do I want a picture of it? That's dumb. That's just gonna picture of a broken thing. Let's just copy the code, and then here we'll have it C#. And then, all right, back to maybe playing around with it. All right, so if it's not, I don't remember what we tried. So it's gonna be like, let's go back to what I thought. I think this is what I thought it was. And it's wrong. Let's do, instead of doing 1,000 layers, let's drop 2 and see where we're at. Alright, so we just need to go up by, I think the deal is we need to, well, right, yeah, because when it draws one layer, here, let's say bar tile depth. I wanted to say height. This is height. Depth, I guess, equals 1, and then that's our tile depth right there. Yeah, so a normal one, the pixel stops right there at the bottom. So it's the problem with a depth of 2. I'm not going up enough, I think. So it just needs to be, it needs to be plus 8 or minus 8, because I gotta think in the other coordinate system. Minus 8. Really? I feel like that looks exactly the same. How could it look the same? Oh, because I shifted them all. Is it times 2? No, but that'd be 16. Alright, let's do that. Okay, so that is right. Okay, so why didn't this work with depth of... No, that isn't right. That isn't right. Because that's stacking on top. So what is that doing wrong? What do I really want? Oh, you know what? It might be... This might be an ordering thing. Yeah, this might be an ordering thing. Actually... Oh, okay. Alright, before we move any further forward, we need to fix our ordering. Alright, do we want... Interesting. Do we want the engine to have to describe them in the right Y order? Or do we want the engine... I don't know when they should be ordered. What the right answer, what the right design is here for this. But I think, well, let's just get a design working where we're drawing them in the right order. So we need to start depth last, and then subtract. And while y is greater than or equal to 0. So I think, I don't know if that, I think we'll probably might have to go back to 8. Yikes. Let's go back to 8 and then we'll reassess what is going on. Jesus. Alright, we need to go to a what do we call this? Tile. What's the opposite of a depth? Width. I don't know a good... Here. This is not the right, this is bad terminology. But I can't think of a good terminology, so I'm not hung up on terminology right now. If the tile depth is 2, yeah, okay. Wait, did we really just draw 6 tiles there? 0 and 1 plus 2, 1 is 0. Okay. Okay, and then can we get... We want to... Let's... Here we go. We have 4 sprites, I think. Right? So let's say... count equals 0. Every time we do a new one, we'll increment the count. And the index would be equal to count. I think we have 4 sprites. So I think this should work. Where's our stuff? Engine? I think it's an engine. That's right. That's probably an internet. Load fonts. Load textures. Go for it. That should hit play. I could, instead of searching for it. Alright. So actually we need to know. 0, 1. 0 is green. 1 is red. Teal is 2. And 3 is pinkish. So we got 0, 1, 2, and 3. Yeah, so it's like opposite of what you should be doing. We are drawing, yeah. How is it possible? So far down? So it's like it. I just drew. Let's increase the depth. Just to see what happens. Further down. Alright. I mean, we knew that wasn't the right thing. It didn't feel right. It was never our instinct. Okay. Let's go back to the drawing board. Let's go here. Alright, X is minus 8 times Y. Okay, if it messed the X up as soon as or it messed the red one up as soon as I changed my Y. Okay, so how is it messing that one up? This is supposed to be Y of 0, X of 1. When I change my Y depth to 2, so in other words, when Y gets to be 1. Wait, but how? Oh, right, because we're... Right? Because we're starting out at that tile depth. Okay. And what is it doing? Oh, it's actually the same icon, it's confusing. Let's get back to what we knew, what we expected. when we increase the y. So if this is x 0, y is 0. And if this over here would be x, if this would be x 1, y 0, x2, y 0, x3, y 0. So, and then this is x 0, y 1, x 0, y 2, x 0, y 3, etc. to infinity. So if that's like that, then when we go up in y, in a y index, when we go up in a y index, then we know that we have to, go, that's an 8, this is an 8 character move. That's a 16 character move. This is not a 16 character move. That's a half move. So we have an 8 character move up, which is subtracting. What about the next one? So it wants to go back over here, right? So it needs to do another 8 character move. In fact, I feel like we saw this a while ago. It's just, I drew it out of order and I fucked it up. I'm pretty sure this was actually drawn. It's just was drawn out of order. I need to. All right. Let's figure this out. All right. So we did. So this part should be correct, I think. So every time y goes up by 1, we need to increase, or we need to decrease the screen vertical position by 1. Decrease the coordinates by 1 or something. And then also, well, it changes the x. We already did that. Change the x by I don't get it. All right, let's just go back to this. What is this? What does this look like? Why does this look so stacked together? What is this? That was me messing up. Alright, are the colors right? Because this looks right. It fucking looks right. The colors aren't right. Why is my brain saying the colors aren't right? Oh, wait. The colors are the count. The colors are not the index. The colors are the count. We're drawing. Oh, crap. Well, it doesn't matter. This is right. This has to be right. The colors aren't right because I just randomly chose colors based on the depth that I was drawing. So I need to, like, if I want that, I would like think ahead. I think what color I'm gonna land on. You like have like an odd number of. I think this needs to be like something like an odd number. I could somehow coordinate it to what I was intending on. Yeah. All right. Okay. Well, wait. We can't move anymore. Why can't? Short. Remind ourselves. Why can't we move? What do we break? We broke the offset. So we need to take that and basically just add an offset to it, I think. Oh, wait. Okay, so this has to be our so the tile size is tile a half, tile size 2, tile quarter, 4. So I'm pretty sure that's going to always be tile half. So quarter, whatever the tile size is. And then, alright, and then we need the offset to be added to it. I don't even know if we need. Are these? These are all integers, aren't they? Now this might have to be modified as well, because we might have. In fact, I probably will be, so that we can actually move the direction our brain thinks. In fact, eventually we're gonna. Oh no, nothing's happening. All right, fill this pipe buffer. What's going on here? The add sprite probably does it once and doesn't move. It's probably not. Yeah, it's add sprite, not set sprite. Set sprite, and then if sprite is less than. That. So we're going to either add it or we're going to say I could just say the current sprite count, which would be 0 because it's index. Sprite count equals visual, right? Where's your add sprite? Right, so that maybe will work now. Yes. Yay! Success! All right. Yes, success. Okay. Alright, but how close to this is this to the actual movement that we desire is the question. So, up key. Interesting. Down key. Left key. Right key. Alright. So let's think about it. This is our mouse is pretending like our mouse is a player. I'm pressing up, he's going down. Pressing down, he's going up. So it's just basically the opposite. I think it's the opposite. I'm pressing left, he's going right. Pressing right, he's going left. So we actually want to. Where do we gotta go? I don't know my engine well enough because I'm building it as on the fly, so I don't really know. Where is my end? But is it in here? No, it isn't here. Go. And now down, right, left. Now it makes sense. Now if we had a character here, and like say the character was drawn in the middle of the screen, and he was just always in the screen, it would look like he was moving to the right and left when you move right and left. Perfect. Exactly like what we want. Now, all right. Oh, actually, that's an agenda item, isn't it? That is an agenda item. Done. All right. Now we need to add multiple height layers. This should not be as hard, I don't think. I definitely need to work on this music selection. Because it's a little boring. Alright. Although I guess boring is kind of good in some ways. It's just too floofy for me. I need sad, dark, and angry, but somehow chill, angry. There's no such thing. That's why I chose this. They can't program. Manic, or whatever. All right. We want to do vertical heights. Well, let's just go back to our dude. So we want to be able to say if x is 0 and y is 0 and we have a z of x0, y0 and a z of 1, what do we do? A z of 1 is drawn with, okay, so I can see these are 16 pixel blocks, so that must be 16 pixels vertical. Same, so a z, so I don't know. I'm not going to look at that. All right. A z of plus z going up means. Oh, right. It means actually that y goes the. If z is going up, that means that we need to actually draw it on a lower y because y starts at 0 over here. So we need to go down by y by the half tile height. Down by y by tap for every z. Yeah, right. It just keeps x stays the same for every z. So we're lost. Okay. Why? We can't draw a depth. I'm trying to think of how we set up this test scene. I can't change it to like show a depth of or more than, like if I do the same thing I did here and like had z going from 0 to whatever, then we'd have a real thick platform, I guess, but we wouldn't see most of what we drew anyway. So I don't know that would help us. What do we do here? All right. Well, first we want to draw. First, let's just, or make sure I think we're. All right, as we go up, we're gonna have to draw stuff that is above. I think after, right? You draw. Obviously, I gotta draw the bottom stuff first because I gotta draw on top of it. So, if I got to draw on top of it, that means we draw second, which is fine. So we're going to draw a whole nother layer here. And this layer that we are drawing is going to have a Z, whatever, a Z of 1. So, if we have a Z of 1, I said our height of our Y has to go, or the screen value of the Y has to go down by half of the tile. So, for every Z of 1, well, it has to subtract. For every Z, it has to, the Y has to go, okay, yeah, times tile half. I think. The offsets at the end, I guess, feels more natural to me. Wait, I did a whole layer? And that's kind of right, but I did a whole layer. Oh, I did do a whole layer. I didn't want to do a whole layer. So let's say we're gonna have the third row. So we're gonna say X all the way, but Y has to be 3. Or no, Y has to be 2. I'm just gonna set Y to the third row, which is Y of 2. Or Y equals 2. So this should draw like a little line. Or for you guys. Yeah. Hey. Freaking amazing, bros. Does it move properly? It moves properly. We have height. We have elevation. Alright, so how do we write this in a normal, generic way? Because we need to be able to... Alright, so... Oh, wait. Is that all I gotta do? Is there any... Because the other might be all I have to do, but I don't know asymmetric. So, like, what if I'm right here? Can I... I should quit wasting my time and set up a sprite in a tile set layout so that I don't have to keep doing it like this. Okay, so if I do it here, it's the same thing. It just goes up. It's just vertical. It's just vertical. So it's only a Y component. Perfect. And then, so I just have to always draw. I have to always draw the stuff that's higher last. Draw the stuff that's lower first. Okay. So let's like. Right, okay, hold on. What is the sprite? I was trying to think like let's create like a data set of the data for our world, so to speak, like a little mini fake data set for a mini world, and then generify this little buffer. But now I'm also, I need to ask myself, okay, lost a little bit of what are we setting? What is this fill buffer? Okay, so these are all the sprites that are in our visible, right? These are we're saying these are the sprites in the visible world, I think. Sprite info buffer. Yeah, because we're telling the engine, or that we're telling the game, the game is telling the engine's telling the game, these are all the sprites that I want you to draw. And in fact, the order that I want you to draw them. So we need to. Oh, my mic really is. When I go, you're like really. All right, let's go a little bit too much gain on this mic, I think. Hold on 1 second. I've probably been too loud all day. Let's just take it down. Let's see how that treats us. Okay. And a little bit less clipping, hopefully. So, right. We don't have anything sophisticated like calling things out of our world right now. So I don't necessarily need to worry about that, I guess. Let's just draw our entire world right now, and then we'll worry about calling later. So, yeah, we don't have a concept of a scene. We kind of need a concept of a scene, I think. So let's say that, what can we do? Actually, it's almost like we kind of have, right? We kind of have this set. This is our scene. Well, this is our scene minus, I mean, it doesn't have our player yet. It is just the tile portion of our scene. Our tile DB is our scene. But right? Yeah. We don't. Right now our tile DB is our scene. It's gonna be more sophisticated than that in the future. The scene can't just be set tiles. That's too structured. But let's see. We have. I mean, we can just say. what dimensions does the TileDB even have? Oh, the TileDB doesn't even have. Oh, it has layers. It does have height. If we. I think we do need to say that that's height, because if you want to like mix and match non-isometric and isometric tiling, which you can do, I guess, right? Well, I guess like a background might be stacked, but it's also not going to have the same borders. So if you're going to have the same, right now, I've hard coded this. I should force here. While I'm thinking about it. Tile size. Chunk size is equal to the tile size. Oh no, it's not the tile size. That is the chunk size. Chunk size. That's arbitrarily the same size as my tiles, but this is not the same. I've chosen a chunk size of 32, and chunks. What that means is you're going to be able to add tiles to the scene, basically, infinitely. Not literally infinitely, because you run out of memory, but you're not going to have to. You're not going to have to like reallocate an array. It's going to store a collection of arrays, and I feel like this can't even. Oh, these are layers. The layers have the chunks inside of them. But anyway, each layer of my tile map. This TileDB is like a tile map, I guess, and each layer of the tile map is a height. Starting with 0 is the bottom, going up vertically. So 1 is this level, is 1 block higher, and but as you expand in, as you add you have to create a new layer. So if you want a world that has 3 blocks high, you need to create 3 layers, a 0 layer, a 1 layer, and a 2 layer. And if you want to have a world, well, actually you don't have to do anything for this. For the X and Y portion, you just start setting values, and it will create the chunk. So it basically has little squares on each layer. It has these little squares of the chunk size. So it's chunk size by chunk size. So if the chunk size is 32, it'll have a square of 32 by 32 on that little layer, right? And so say you want to put a tile, 32 tiles by 32 tiles. So say you wanted to put a tile 256. That's not 256, doesn't matter. But so say we have a chunk that is arbitrarily this big, right? When you want to put a tile here, what it's going to do is it's going to create a whole new chunk right there, right? But say you want to put a tile way over here. It's going to create a chunk. I think, actually, I don't remember how I have the storage of this. If we have to, like, I think basically as you go out, it grows like this. So if you put something out 1,000,000 blocks that way, it would create, in this row, it would create little chunks. You would have to unnecessarily create chunks in between it. So it's not I don't think I have it smart like that right now because that's for speed reasons. Because I want to be able to find a chunk very fast. So I had to assume that I don't want to have a sparse thing. I want to have a packed array so that I can just go to it real fast. Because we're not going to have holes like that. That's not going to be a thing. But it's not necessarily going to be a rectangular world. So it could be a circular. So there could be like holes around the edges. And as you go vertically, not as in vertically as in height in the world, but as in y value, as you go, and also I'm back into top-down mode in my brain because I can't think of it. But this is the coordinate system. That's not how we're drawing it on the screen. This is the coordinate system of x and y. So as you go up in y, a similar thing happens, except it's not adding a chunk to the row that we're on. It's like adding another array. It's adding another column. Yeah, it's adding a column. Because it's almost like what we're doing with depth. But in fact, have I done the depth? Do we have layers here? Are these all one layer? I can't keep all this in my head right now. TileDB. Who's creating a layer? We create one layer. So if I want more than one layer, I need to create it. Let's make. Okay, here's what we'll do. We're no longer going to do it like this. We're going to say the color is equal to the depth. So we're going to create. These are just layer IDs, right? Yeah. So we're just going to for var 0 I equals 0 to. Well, I is less than the num of the height, world height, I guess. I don't know. Not that world height, whatever that is. This is essentially Z. I want to call it Z. 0. Well, Z is less than. Plus, okay, let's create a layer for every world height we want, and then no, not the. Obviously, I messed it up. I let it do it or something. What is this world height? Yeah. Actually, this. A mispronounced version of what I wanted. It's that really should be like, because height should be Z. There's like world width and world depth. World depth. And then world. I just messed this all up. World. Oh, height. Other places, fix it. You're actually a depth. No, you're a height. You're a depth. Okay, and then you're trying to figure out the color of view, the tile ID. So the tile ID is just going to be the layer, I guess, actually. So, what's going on here? I thought I created that. lost. Oh. World height, world height, world height. Okay, so the layer we're on is equal to. Well, wait. What do we want to draw? We gotta draw something interesting. What do we want to draw? A pyramid, maybe? Or just let's do a pyramid. All right. So we're gonna do a world width of. Where is the stuff used? Whatever. 4x4x4. 4x4x4. What did I break here? Chunk size 32. Tile layer chunk. No, let's just put it at 30. It's not arbitrary. It's arbitrary, and I don't need to confuse myself later. All right. So. What are we doing? I don't know where I'm doing. I just paste what to my clipboard to see what I was copying. Set tile ID. Did we cut that? Oh, no. I did cut it. I'm getting low. I'm losing track of my train of thought. Okay. I wanted to draw a pyramid. Okay. I can draw a pyramid now. So we're going to do a width of 4, world width, world depth 4, and a 4 bar z equals 0, z less than world height, z plus plus. All right, and then we're going to say the layer that you're on is equal to z, but we're not going to draw all tiles. We're going to say we only want to draw the tile if so we have to collapse in. So x, if x is less than z, or x is greater than z. All right, so if x is 0 and z is 1, that's the when z is 1 in the pyramid, that's the first corner of the pyramid. It's up and in 1. So for the x, for the opposite side of that pyramid, you have to be when z is up. Yeah, no, that doesn't work to be x less than z, right? Because it doesn't work on the other end. And so I just made like a nonsense. I think it just happens to be true for x is 0, but not true for the. I'm gonna look at the general rule. Is it a general rule? That's actually maybe this is a. I need. Shit. I shouldn't spend too much time trying to figure out how to properly draw a pyramid. I'm just like, so, this is not even. It's not even something important to draw. Wait, what's this script? Hold on. Oh no. Yeah. I can think about this. We will not spend time on this. Okay. Then this one equals 1, 1, minus 1, minus 1, up 1. And then tile ID equals 0, 1. Let's see what happens. That's the old one. What? It's not okay. It's not drawing what. We're not drawing what we. We're not drawing our tile DB, are we? We're just drawing arbitrary stuff. So let's draw our actual world. So we need to say loop over all the layers, loop over. Okay, so we're doing, we said that we need to do a height last, so we need to start at layer 0. So we say for var z equals 0 while z is less than tile db dot layer count z plus. Alright, so for every layer, I'll get the layers done in the right order. And what was this depth crap I was doing? Yeah. Okay, so that's how wide the world I wanted X and how wide the world I wanted. And then this needs to be like this, yeah, I need to like add like a tile db whatever weird. Well, it'd be per layer. No, whatever. I don't think this is a function that I'm gonna keep around, or a property. But for this right now, I'm gonna use it. Okay. It's real slow too. I'm not even worried about anything fast. Get max. So to do that, I'm just gonna loop through for whatever. All the layers. Wait, what are you doing, bro? Oh, it's trying to like. I don't need you to loop backwards. I don't care. I don't care what layer order it is. It just made it confusing looking. Stupid AI. And then for the layer, we're just going to. What is this? Like, it probably has a count or something, right? Get tile. No, it's not. Is a chunk size? I don't even think I should expose this either, but I'm gonna put it anything chunk size. My piece. Okay. I need the chunk size because I needed to. Like I got lost again. All right. So let me see. The chunk size is What was I doing? Oh no, I was implementing this. Just lost. Okay. So get the max X. 4. Okay, what happens if it... What is it? Ooh, if... I don't... That's not what I want to do. Oh, if it's outside of it? Yeah, no, that's what I want to do. But what if you don't even have that chunk existing? What happened? Creates it on the fly. So just create a chunk on the fly. A chunk is created. Creates a new array. They're all going to be empty, and it really should be like, yeah, these are tile IDs, and if we're starting out, we have to have a non-assigned tile. We need to utilize the negative, probably, of the integer to say that this tile is not assigned, so that we can have empty tiles and stuff. We need holes. We need to be able to have holes. So, and right now they're all 0, default value. C# is 0, so this is not going to work. So we need to initialize init from data for I 0 less than data -1. So -1 means that there's no tile there. Are we still on the ones that I selected? No, I don't think we are. I hope I was playing royalty for music. That's what the intention was. Okay. So let's see. We're somewhere, where are we at? Layer chunk, one layer, I guess. We need to be able to get... We lost again. Back here. We were trying to get the max. And we need to find the highest X value in any of our chunks. So, well, that means we need to find the last chunk, because it's not going to be in any of the chunks. It's going to be in the last chunk. So we'll go to all the layers, and then in that layer, we'll just in each get our layer. I think the layer, we just gotta ask the layer. That's on the layer's job. Yeah, it's the layer's job, because that's... I'm not gonna have it probe infinity. Or, yeah, it's the layer's job. Max X equals layer to max X. If max X equals -1. If max x equals the max x. And then return max x. And we go like this. Oh Jesus! Okay. The outer layer list is a row. The inner is a column. The outer list item. Really? I thought I did the opposite. Oh, I'm confusing myself at this point. I think it might just be a time for a break for a few minutes to clear my head. What are this code? Let me pick it up in a few more minutes. I'm getting lost in this. I can scatterbrain. I need to get focused.